So this series of 7 steps and tips has really been designed to give you a deeper insight of some of the things you start focusing on and doing more of. And if you're not doing them, you'll start doing them completely, or if you're already doing them, hopefully it'll give you the ability to get a bit sharper with your awareness on them as well. So we really hope you enjoy them. I know you'll get lots of value from them. So let's kick it off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is all about understanding the fundamentals. From my experience of training hundreds of salespeople and dealing with thousands of entrepreneurs, a lot of people believe sales is about knowing the needs and wants of your client, and then once you know the needs and wants, you can then match your product and your benefits to that. The problem with that is this, is that fundamentally people don't understand where their needs and wants come from. So for you to get your clients emotionally connected to finding a solution, you first need to get them connected to the problem. And so there's a series of questions which I don't have time to go into now, but if you simply just start getting your clients to focus on the problems that they are actually experiencing, and you ask them questions that allow them to uncover it themselves. It's really important tip there, is that don't start telling the client their problems, okay? That's a surefire way of really getting them offside. What you want to do is ask them very insightful questions that allow them to uncover the real size of their iceberg, okay? So the second of the 2 fundamentals of sales is understanding what people are really buying, okay? You're now aware, hopefully on a deeper level, in terms of why people buy, but it's important also to understand what people really buy. I've trained so many salespeople, and I ask them this question. I'm curious for you just to go through your mind as well. When I ask you what people really buy, what comes up for you? From my opinion, and from my opinion of the sales experts that I work with, is that people only ever buy one thing, okay? And that's your certainty. So if I'm dealing with a salesperson like that who is uncertain or unsure of what the features and the benefits and how I can actually use it, my confidence in that person, or my confidence in the products, really delivering what I want it to deliver, is really diminished. But when I go to a salesperson who's opposite of that and has absolute certainty, and says, Mike, it does this, tell me, what do you need to do? I want it to do X, Y, and Z. And it says, not only does it do X, Y, and Z, I'll show you how it does it here. It showed me all the steps. My confidence in the product is massively increased. But the big shift and a subtle distinction to make is it's not actually the product. The product's always been the same. The product was the same for the poor salesperson and the good salesperson, right? The only thing that was different was what? The certainty in the salesperson. So 2 tips for you to really understand in fundamentals of sales. Really get to the real heart of why people buy, which is to solve a problem. And the other thing is, start really giving people rock solid certainty. And that's assuming as well that you've got that the product or the service that you're actually offering the person is really right for them. Obviously, if it's not, then you don't want to make that recommendation and tell the client that no, this isn't in your best interest, so I won't sell it to you. But if it is, then you really should just give them your rock solid certainty, because that rock solid certainty will create a very strong stability and certainty and confidence in them purchasing. So that's it for this time. I just want to let you know that in the Ripple Effect program, we really do go into much more detail about that and about these 2 fundamentals. We give you exercise, tips, and advice. So if you're interested in finding out more, or staying connected to any of our social media sites and things like that, then click on the links, get in touch with one of our consultants, and until then, practice these 2 fundamentals, and we'll see you at step number 2.